Okay. Hi, everyone. I wish I could have a positive voice going on right now, but,
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
morning, Candy. Oh, great, I have to listen to plot right now. I just want to stab people.
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
No, I don't want to talk to anyone right now. But, yeah, guys, today is Birthmas Eve. And I am looking forward to... Thank you, Candy. I think you're the first person to tell me that today.
This one. Get him.
There used to be someone that,
Stay down. Bravo! Farewell.
okay, I think I just effectively murdered everything. That's fine.
Sick him.
Geez, I mean, there is one gift I want, but I know I'm never gonna get it. So, whatever gift anyone else wants to get me, I will be happy with. Okay, the silken strand.
What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
Just gonna throw your moms under the bus like that? Like, yeah, your mom is evil and everything, Clive, but damn.
Over here. Go, There's more attack. Stay down.
I probably should have done a catch-up stream by looking at the summer game fest that happened yesterday. I'm gonna probably do that tomorrow.
Over here. Attack.
Thank you, Jill.
Get him. Go, Torval.
Although I do know next weekend I have to do the listening party stream where, ironically, since Candy's
And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
in chat, Candy's the person I'm gonna have with me for this upcoming listening party, where, much like how I did with Lady, I'm getting two different artists together for like a whole listening affair. And we're going to be critiquing their respective albums.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Iceland's dogs they are. You can't ignore us forever.
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep.
Better out there than in here.
More than enough for everything.
Hang the chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
Bleeding horse.
I said, where were you, filth? Back to your sties. Cut you down where you stand.
Just try it.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Oh joy.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble.
To be rich. Well, let's cut through this to avoid
to the city there.
talking to the rabble.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
It's more hollow and lifeless than life during my first marriage.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Will I ever let that go, even though it's been 5 years? No. That was a slick little slide animation there. But I'm pretty sure by this point everyone's just kind of like, V, you gotta let these comments go about how bad your first marriage is. No. You get all the scratches, Torgal, while I rant for a bit. Good puppers. Good puppers. I love them. Anyway, it's a puppers. So, I don't know if anyone could relate to this. I mean, it's the internet. There's probably at least a good 15% that could relate to this, but when you try to give your all to someone and all it's met is a lot of misgivings, double talk, a lot of manipulation, as well as verbal degradation across how you've literally been hearing things from them to make you seem like the bad guy after everything they tried to say to you. I don't think you'd have a nice thing to say about them either. Because they're trying to turn themselves into a victim because of everything that they've done to you. Now, I'm not saying people around the world don't understand what that means, but it's kind of a bigger thing in my whole shoes, because even if I try to tell people about it, they want to spin it to be like I was the douche, even though a lot of the stuff that was talked about was involving her preying upon my own insecurities about stuff that was involving race, and then she wanted to manipulate that information until it seemed like it wasn't doing anything anymore. And when we had those big fights that led to our divorce, all she wanted to do was double back and act like she never said anything in the first place. So that's why I never say anything nice about my first marriage, because it was terrible. Let's open up these fucking gates. To the Lazarus District.
This is nothing like I remember it.
There's no
How
Batman.
quickly ground can lose its luster.
I wonder if Batman's up here. Nope, no Batman. Still no Batman. Well, I found a chest. An itty-bitty chest, but no Batman. Where are my large chests that I can just pop open? I miss those in games. I just find a big old chest, I pop it open, and then there's glory right in front of my face. Where is that developer? You know, saying that out loud sounds like a titty joke. I'm still gonna say it because I literally mean chest filled with treasure.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
Okay. Now, this might be me, but if I saw a guy that was summoning lightning from out of nowhere and using talons and shit, I wouldn't be fighting them. Oh, Candy, you're still here. I thought my explanation for things scared you away.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Ramsay Snow!
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. Sir Wade.
Ah, yes, Sir Wade, the most legendary of knights.
We can speak inside.
Okay, sorry about all your dead men. And I appreciate that, Candy, I do. Even if I don't sound like I appreciate it, I genuinely do. It's just, you know.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire.
The Guardians of the Flame, a clandestine group of ideal loyalists who lead the rebellion against the... Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Unfortunately, my water is... Oh, it's still being cooled. All I got is ginger ale. A clandestine group of... Oh, Ducal. I thought it was ideal. Dyslexic like a motherfucker. Loyalists who lead the rebellion against the imperial occupation of Rosaria and Empress Annabella. Many of their numbers are drawn from those who survived the imperial attack on Phoenix Gate in the year 860. Jesus. Who know full well the Empire's involvement in the Duche's fall. Or Dushi? Whatever. They make their home in the abandoned Lazarus district outside Port Isolde, from where they conduct their raids to 5 bearers from the Imperial Yoke. Liddy. The Ducal Army in the Imperial Province of Rosaria. Sir Wade. Not that important. Anyway.
But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Hey, Ziggy.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Thank you, Ziggy. You're the second person to tell me that today.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
I mean, I still could. I mean, I could still fuck y'all hoes up right now, but, let me just pop this chest. Man, where them big chests at? I want to pop me a big old chest. I want what's up in them big old chests. Know what I'm saying? See, I say things on the internet, and I keep wondering why certain things are taken out of context.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
Okay, garbage. Garbage.
Will that be all?
Yeah. Put that shit on me.
As you wish, my lord.
What are you implying?
I will be here should you need aught else.
Actually, hold up. I need to buy one of these. I'm not equipped in the bitch.
May the blessing of the
I just need it.
with you.
Alright, so Wade, we killing people or what? Cause I'm still looking for a big old chest. You ain't got shit here but small, tiny chests.
What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buett Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment.
Word.
Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. The Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see. They prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
Word.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So wait. The bearers from Oldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Stop gripping the air like that. It doesn't look like a weapon you're holding.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
Nah.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
We need to drop those black shields. Party missions and party members. Throughout the main scenario of party missions, for the main plot synopsis, Clyde will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Lit. Get the fuck out of my way, Wade.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
Open the gates!
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village, we tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
You know, there's one thing in this game I've never done off camera or on stream, and I might do it today. If we get to a certain map that I don't feel like running around on. Oh, joy! I get to stab people soon. Out of my way, random citizens. Unless you want to see the murder. Cause I do the murder. I do the murder. My command is we do the murder. I wanna do the murder.
What is it now? I told you.
Told me what?
Bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha!
you presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come!
Why it sounds so angry when you say a woman? Like, I think I'm not the only one that heard that whole super aggressive, a woman. It's like, bro, what the hell?
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
Get him!
More dragons.
Like, it just sounds so aggressive. Like he was like, a woman? Like, I know it's like before the year 1000 and whatever, but god damn.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point.
Oh, joy.
This land is in dire need of cleansing.
Whatever you say, Lord Peggington. That's what I'm saying. Like, homie is just Lord Peggington. Lord of sticking pegs up his own rectum. And now he's gonna do a double jump.
We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
Ironically, I have made that joke to Lancers I've known in the past. They're just like, why must you always say this about a glorious weapon? Because Bojutsu artists actually use a blunt object that could literally cave a man's skull in. You just do something that's a stick with a pointy end at it. That's just a pegging tool. And they were mad at me ever since. Oh, that guy's dead. Let's see. Junk. Sweet. Already have. Just, you can make the comment. It's a safe space here. I've said worse. I've literally said worse.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did.
Alright.
It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord. Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well.
I don't give a fuck about your mother, Clive.
Replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that blazed, but for every foe we fell, another springs
things up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And
Duchy,
our
thank
subjects
you.
may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more. Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
That's not what I was gonna say, but whatever, Wade. Complito. Okay, magic ash and a mediate.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians.
Say what?
And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained.
Right.
Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall.
Fucking politics.
It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Famously.
I'll have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
There's another cabot?
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
There's more of you.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it.
Shut up, Wade.
If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
And she cooks bruh. Did someone clone you? I bet someone cloned you. That's how there's another cabot. Meanwhile, Port Isolde.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Ziggy, I would love to help, but the only advice I could give is just picture in your mind a different name for the cat and don't think of those collections of streams that I did several years ago. Which reminds me, we will be doing the second game in that franchise relatively soon. There will not be a Junpei, but there will be the second game in the franchise coming later this year, along with the return of Danganronpa. But yeah, my only advice is just mentally change the name in your head and just block out the stream, because we all know Junpei was an idiot. I love that game. Junpei was the worst. I miss Lotus, though. Anyway.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosefield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Must be nice having a loving family.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have.
Only turn on your PlayStation if you really want to, Ziggy. There is no rush. There is no pressure. You do the things you want to do at your own pace. Like me, for example. I need to do a lot of stuff, but I can't rush it because my heart's not in it. mostly because I don't have a heart right now. But when the moments hit me, that's when I'm gonna try my best. So I make that statement for everybody. Never try to rush headfirst into things. Only do what you need to when the moment is at its brightest. That's it, and that's all.
I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
I'd say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
This is probably going to be the stream where I rant a lot, where if you guys do not know, this is what I used to do a lot of times years ago. Ziggy knows this very well. It's kind of been my attention, it's kind of been put to my attention a lot of times, where when people that call themselves monsters or evil or villains. Hi, Dan. Welcome to the stream. Um, yeah, it's June 9th. Twinsies. So, it's come to my attention thanks to a lot of therapy that the people that call themselves monsters, villains, evil, people like us tend to label ourselves this because we don't really see ourselves in the best light, and it's easier to vilify ourselves than it is to wait for others to do that to us in kind. It's a conditioning thing to where once the worst starts to happen, it's then just a trauma response to live up to our self-imposed title, and it makes us want to regress back into ourselves until we're back into a point where we were at our most terrified, our most wounded, and our most damaged. It's a thing that's been pointed out to me from one of my therapists involving how it's not that I am evil, it's not that I am a monster, it's that I've been hurt way too many times to really have a sense of control or a sense of stability because no one gave me a platform or even a plateau that was stable. So in it, it's just I'm preparing to be the worst because no one's wanted me to be at my best. And when I hear Jill talking about it in this game, both when I was playing it in my private time and playing it now, it puts a lot of stuff in perspective for me. The more I'm on this personal journey for myself, where I don't know if anyone here can relate to this, because this is a lot to talk about. This is a very heavy subject matter. I don't really do heavy subject matters like I used to. Mostly because whenever I do, certain people are just like, nope, I'm gonna unfollow, gonna take away his subscriptions. This guy is not trying to be fun. He's trying to talk to his real. I'm just, in the whole span of it, I want people to understand that even if you're not in the same shoes as me to understand how this is a thing, I want you to understand that no one is inherently a monster. No one's inherently evil. No one's inherently a bad person. Well, except for Charles Manson. That guy was just insane. We have the capacity to be the best we can be. But we need to also surround ourselves to where we can be with people that give us a strong platform, a solid basis for our own stability, and to be a realized person, rather than trying to set ourselves out to be with people that only want to make us go into the worst realms of the worst. We can get people that challenge us, but we don't need people that ruin us. But it's the factor of trying to figure out who is who that is the biggest gamble of them all. So make smart choices and keep being a smart person in everything that you do, because you will find those right people. You just need to weed out those that don't do right by you.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
I would say I apologize for being very introspective this stream, guys, but I'm not gonna apologize. I kind of like taking moments to be real with everybody. Like, it's fun to play up the sultry, flirtatious, devil may care villain of sorts for the internet. It makes a lot of things interesting where people can't tell the difference between the persona and me, the person, which is oftentimes exhausting to explain to people, where it's like, this is just what I do for the internet. I'm not this 24/7, guys. You just gotta get to the real me by talking to me as a person instead of a personality. But yeah, I kind of just like doing these moments of actually talking to you guys as me, the person, because I don't want to be just the personality all the time. Like, sometimes I just want to, be real, be like vulnerable and shit. I don't want to just be the happy-go-lucky persona all the time. That's not real. So yeah, I'm just really not gonna apologize for that, because I kind of like this. It's never like something people will say is expected, but I like it. It's me. I'm happy with it. So let's go home. We have a boat from our rich uncle, because we're in the 1%, we decided.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
One way or another.
Wait, we have Job? Holy shit, we have Job. Guys, we have Job. Although, should I? Oh, that's the okay, so if I just were to... I don't know what I just did. Anyway, that one's upgraded. That one is mastered. Thank God. So mastered. We have finally learned this one. We've learned. But we have yet to learn our strongest techniques. Someday soon. But not yet. Anywho, I should probably get myself ready to leave soon, because although we're getting to some very beautiful points in the story coming up, I'm going to be doing a longer stream tomorrow, where... Aye, so nice, eh? Goats and one of the people are doing some conversations for trading. It's just beautiful. It's just very, very beautiful. I love to see Goats doing some spectacularness with his works. It's very nice, very lovely, very, very lovely. Alright, how long it take? I forgot we were supposed to be doing something. But look like I gotta go to our room. Go to room, I said. Yes, sir, gotta go to my room. Oh, there's another thing. Gotta use your force there, Marcus. Sir, yes, sir. Gotta use your good old force there, sir. Oh, sis, I can't use your force for anything useful. Go, jolly terrible news there, sir. Terrible, terrible news indeed. Yes, sir. Terrible fucking job indeed. Now, let me take a look at what you got here. I swear, every British person that's probably going to be seeing both the VOD as well as everything on YouTube are just cringing like, oh my god, terrible accents. Well, if you guys hate this accent, stop using other people's accents when you're doing jobs. How about that? August!
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. But normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what'd you say?
Sure.
Fine. If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit,
Cool.
then head over when you're ready.
Phone, shut up. But, let's see. Oh. I'll talk to Desiree another time. So, I could do the mission. I could do the side missions on camera right now. I could do a lot of things right now, guys. But as I said, we're doing a long stream tomorrow where, honestly, I kind of want to do a game that we've had on tap for a long time, but just never really got to. So here's the deal, guys. Tomorrow, if you guys are going to be up for it, I'll be doing, let's say, a 4-hour stream of either Ghostwire Tokyo or Ghost of Tsushima. Both of those titles relatively set in the same vicinity, just different time periods. But I want to do it like this because I haven't really dove into those IPs in such a long time that I want to give you guys the real experience of how I do play those games. It's been a long time coming. I'm sure you guys probably have forgotten about both those titles, but I want to do it because I want to genuinely give you guys a good experience for the big 3-1, son. So, I will see you guys tomorrow for that big old stream. I'm probably going to start even earlier than I normally do so I can build up traction. So by the time it all kind of peters away, it's all said and done. So it's still going to be games from the East to do some stuff. So, I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you make good choices. Make sure you guys keep being good people. And if you ever feel like you need someone out there to give you some love and support, I'm your guy. I always do love you as people and as individuals. Bye.